It's a place I have not left in my mind. It's been a heartbreaking loss, hard-fought game to both teams. Congratulate Coach Sims and his staff for finding a way to get that game won. But just feel so hard, feel so bad for our players. Something I felt that the majority of them wanted to win, wanted to avenge last year's loss. They played their hearts out. Nothing, not everything was perfect. It never is, when you go back and you watch the film. But I couldn't be more pleased with their effort and the coaching staff in terms of what we were able to do preparation-wise, whatnot. At the end of the day, we just didn't make enough plays again to end up with a W. But a lot of encouraging things, and we still have a couple of games in front of us. There's still some things to play for, so we've got to get a refocus up and just get ready to battle again this coming week.
Once again, you have the ground game going, fifth straight game with over 200 rushing yards. Talk about the rushing attack against the Wildcats.
Well, it's something we've always, we've been balanced. We've been a balanced football team in my time here on offense, and we still continue to do the same thing. Rushing the ball is very important for us. I think what's happening is that once some new pieces came along due to injury on the O-line, they started forming up together, and you see that chemistry kind of coming together, and now the running backs know where the blocks are going to be. They know how to timing up. There's some confidence going forward there as well. And, again, just very, very pleased with the production, the way Isaiah, the way he ran last Thursday, young man possessed. He's definitely one of those that left it all on the field, and definitely a heartbreaking loss for him and some of his other teammates in that way.
Can you talk about the performance of Devontae Reynolds, who was named the MEAC Defensive Player of the Week with 12 tackles, 4.5 tackles for a loss, a couple of big ones on third and fourth down?
It was a great game for Devontae. I was really pleased. You can tell that he was going to be ready for the moment. We've had to do some things and tweak some things defensively that kind of really took away from some of his strengths. We couldn't always play to them because the team and the unit is much more important than any one individual. And so that's kind of had him I don't say hamper his ability, but it's kind of taken out some opportunities to make plays compared to what he's been accustomed to in the past. But last Thursday we were able to do that, and he showed the kind of player he is and what he's capable of. And very pleased again with this effort. Another one of those guys who left everything on the field, and very, very pleased with his leadership and his performance.
Obviously, this week, A&T week, you don't have to say a whole lot. Is this one of the weeks for the guys that's they're already charged up? You really don't. You don't have to say a lot. In my 4 years here, they get to such a heightened state of emotion, you really have to kind of settle them down. Now, I will say my concern is that, unlike years past, this is the first year we'll have several young men who will be involved in this game that have never been a part of it before. They may have seen it on a visit or whatnot, but they've never participated in it before. And so I'm anxious to see, what their approach is like, what their attitude is like. That I don't know. But I know the veterans who were here and the guys who've experienced it before, they've kind of already started to demonstrate, how excited they are about this upcoming game. Do you get charged up? Do you feel different for this game?
I do. I'm not going to lie to you. I do. I think that program over there in Greensboro is a top-notch program. Ran very well with good football players, and I always say, they're the man, and you want to be, you want to be the man. You got to beat the man, and so there's some coaching that goes into that as well, and so we always want to do our best in preparation for those guys.
Does it take any luster off of the game with you guys now being out of contention for the conference championship, or are the players going to use this as motivation to maybe spoil their season so they don't get it outright?
I hope not, is all I can speak to. I know this. We are a very dangerous team when we have something to play for, and it doesn't matter who it is, but if it especially is that team from Greensboro, we're a very dangerous team. And like I said, we'll have several young men participating in this game that have never done it before. So I don't know, but my hope is that everyone will treat it like it is. It's a rivalry, and that means that we need to bring forth our best effort here in Durham.
How do you, obviously last year there were some pregame things that actually cost you a player. You talked about the emotions. How do you kind of control that this year and reel the guys in and make sure it doesn't happen again?
That's a good question. I can't. Human behavior is the greatest phenomenon known to man. No one's been able to explain that from the beginning of time. But one thing we did do was on Sunday at our team meeting, we made sure we showed some video of that footage. And I explained to them in my heart, in my humble opinion, I thought that was a setback and certainly set us up to lose the game before the game was even begun. And that it's important that they understand, we want you with great emotion and whatnot, but you have to have some self-discipline, self-control. And, certain behaviors prior to that set us back, that we can't win a football game without having all soldiers who are available, ready to play. And I hope that sunk in. I know it did for the seniors, some of the upperclassmen who were there. And just pointing out, this is your last go-around. Nobody wants to be out of a game such as this, your last go-around. So it's important for everybody to be ready to go when the ball's kicked off.
In a game like this, when you've been around, obviously the emotions, the senior day, guys will be fired up. You can be coaching guys, but does it kind of take a quarter before they actually get locked in and actually do what you're saying?
Yes. There has not been 1 year that I've been here in this game where defensively it hasn't been a player or two. I won't say everybody, but a handful of players where they get so high you wonder what they're thinking. They stand in the wrong gap or go to the wrong side, and then but by the end of the first quarter, it really just becomes a football game. Who's executing? Who's certainly who wants it more, but it really settles into just a football game. Regardless of what the outcome has been, that's been my experience in the last four times.
Have you had anybody from alumni, tell you, during the year or this week, a couple of days ago, hey coach, we got to get this one?
Yeah, well, the texts are starting to come in, and certainly in the summertime, ramping up to the beginning of the season, they try to let you know that this game is kind of expected. We want to win this game bad. This one in homecoming is very important for our supporters, and I understand, why it is for them. Just the rivalry itself, and that other school wanted to have bragging rights for another 365 days or 64 days or so, and we always purpose to do our best. A lot of encouraging things, but at the end of the day, we've got to prepare this football team, have them ready to play, emotionally have them ready to go, and then, let things sort themselves out on the field.
Former players start texting you? Any guys you coached in the last 2 or 3 years?
I have not seen them yet or heard from them yet, but I'm sure it'll start coming in. And those guys know how important this game is as well. So I think by Wednesday, Thursday, they'll start getting there, go get them, I'll be back, or can I come on the sidelines, or one or two, hey, can I say a few words to the teams or to the team or stuff like that. I've not heard anything yet, but I know those guys' spirit. It won't take them long before they're starting to communicate what's on their mind.
Coach, this isn't your first time being a part of this rivalry, but it is your first time as the head coach, as the leader of the program. So how different is it for you as far as your preparation now compared to past years with this rivalry?
It is a little different. That's a great question. It's a little different. My shoulders feel a little heavier. My shoulders feel a little heavier. I see the magnitude. I've always understood it, certainly after year 2. But I get the magnitude of this game for both rival schools as far as the preparation goes. Just making sure that I'm a little more absorbed or in tuned in all 3 phases in terms of what we really what we purpose to do. Who are their main guys? In all 3 areas: offense, defense, and kicking. And that comes we kind of discussed that during the week, but we talked a little bit more about it this week, and will continue to do so, just for decision-making purposes and things like that. Games such as this.
I'm sorry, Charlie. One more question. The short term of this is obviously to win the game on Saturday.
No doubt.
But are you also thinking about long-term effects that can come out of the result of this game as well?
No doubt. This game could set you up for a great recruiting offseason, which helps build your future. It can set you up for confidence in just your off-season development. It could set you back recruiting as well, and that's part of going forward in the future. But we've always looked at this as a positive. We came out last year and disappointed with the outcome, certainly in the beginning of the game, and we lost the game, obviously. But we tried to build some positives off of it. So there's going to be some good coming out of this going into the next season, whether that's a revenge factor or a, hey, we got your factor, bragging rights. There's always you can always take a lot of good from this game, as you really can from every game. There's something to learn from it.
Look at the film. What keeps you up at night, or what concerns you of the Aggies?
Well, I tell you what, that's a juggernaut of a football program. They're just so balanced, as they've always been. Or is what they purpose to be. And everything starts with the running game. They have two great two-headed monsters back there in Cartwright and the young man, I think Martin, his name, number 30. And then, they have surrounding pieces with Elijah Bell and the tall young man, number 19, is a wideout. They just have guys that can make plays all over. And so you can't focus on any one individual. You're keying too much on the run, they'll get you in the pass. If you're too soft on the pass, it'll be a long day. And then the quarterbacks are not just good distributors with the football, but they can also, they can extend plays. And so they really stress you defensively. It's one of those teams that you guys have to play hard. They have to be in the right place, and then they have to make plays. If North Carolina A&T is allowed to extend drives, it'll make for a long day offensively. Defensively, they're sound. They fly around. They get off the field on third downs. They attack. They pressure the quarterback. Everything you'd want out of a defense. There's discipline. Everything you want out of a defensive crew. They're aligned and set up that way.
This would be a good game to give those freshmen that are going to redshirt a chance to play in a rivalry game like this, without losing that extra year. Would that be a good time?
Well, we have some that we've been monitoring that, and about 3-4 of them are coming up on this. This is the fourth game, and so that's a real good question. It's worked out that way. We've kind of played them as needed and sparingly, but if there's an opportunity to get them in this game, this is one I would want to. And going forward, someone asked about building on the future. This would be that. This would be that moment in victory or any other way, any other circumstances. The opportunity to get those guys acclimated, baptized, if you will, in such a game like this is something I would want to do. Absolutely.
It was a well matched up game. Hate the outcome, but both teams played good. We played hard. They played hard. Just they came out with a better hand of the draw. And that's pretty much it. It was just a tough loss. We played with all our hearts. They played the same way. Kudos to them. They did a good job come out with the win.
Talk about the running game. You guys were able to establish that. I imagine as an offensive lineman, you love when you can run the ball as effectively as you all did.
Yeah. So we knew coming into the game last Thursday that it was going to be on the offensive line to, just to make some plays happen. We knew we was going to have to run the ball, so we did the extra work. We came in here, did the extra film, we did the extra meetings, we did, put the extra work in out there on the field. So before coming into the game, we knew what type of game it was, and, luckily and, fortunately we came out and we did what we had to do. But, yeah, I'm glad for Todd. Todd did a good job, reading his blocks and, just making stuff happen.
Time in the game when your counterpart there, Andrew Dale, who lines up right next to you on the offensive line, where he goes down. Obviously, it was an emotional time. You were over there with him. Yeah. Were there any words exchanged, and how do you recoup from that when you see one of your good friends go down to injury?
It's just hard, man. Just the type of guy Andrew is. He works hard. We worked hard all summer. We spent extra time watching film together. We spent extra time in the weight room. We did so much stuff together, and just, he's a good guy. And just to see somebody like him go down who deserves the world, it hurt. Blood couldn't make us any closer. That's literally like my brother. I give that guy my life, and just see him go down, it meant everything. It hurt. It hurt a lot. So, I'm gonna be there by his side, helping him recover and everything, and we see what 2019 has in store for us.
Speaking of offensive line, before we get to A&T, there'll be 3 freshmen starting alongside you this week. It's like it was just yesterday you were a freshman playing alongside 4 seniors.
No.
What did you learn from those guys that you can kind of pass along to 3 freshmen this week?
It's really just about the guys that were before me. They took me under their wing. They did the extra work, so that's just what I'm trying to do to them. I'm pulling them under my wing. I'm trying to, tell them come watch film with me, or and I'm just like a big brother to them. I've been like that to everybody on the line. Whether they're a freshman, sophomore, junior, whatever. But I mean, I try to be a big brother to them. I try to bring the guys in, watch film with. I let them know if y'all need anything, I'm here for you. Like the guys before me, Carl Jones, Cleavon Davis, all those guys, they were there before me, and they helped me out. So I'm just trying to be the same way. Bless them like those bless me.
When someone says North Carolina A&T or Aggies, Aggie pride, what goes through your mind?
I mean, that's just their school pride, man. Like, we say the same thing, Eagle pride. They say their stuff. I mean, it's a big game. It's a big rivalry, of course. I mean, I just try to stay calm. I don't hate. That's their school pride. That's good and everything. I don't hate though. I mean,
what is it that gets your guys' emotions going so much when you are in those situations pregame and you see the Aggies on the other side and you see those colors compared to your other opponents when you see them? I mean, it's the same routine, before every game, but there's something different when you guys are out there for pregame when you see that Aggie pride on the other side. What is that difference? What is it?
I mean, honestly, it's just the rivalry. From what I can say, it's the game itself. Everybody understands the importance of the game. This is like the game where we put, this is a pride game. We put the record aside and we just battle it out. It's North Carolina A&T versus North Carolina Central University. Two well matched up teams, two great offenses, two great defenses, two great special teams. So, yeah.
How long does it take the adrenaline and the emotions to wear off?
It takes a good little minute. From the past two games, you asking like after the game?
No, I'm talking about during the game.
During the game? I mean, they're there the whole game. But I mean, like, after the game, like I know last year and the year before, it took me like a whole day just to like actually calm down from the game. Whether we won, whether we lost, like it takes a long time for me. And I would imagine the rest of the guys as well.
Can you just speak on the fact that, you had some success through the years, you had championships, it was shared championships and championships outright. So now you're going into a game that's no championship, on the line or anything like that. You won't be playing for a championship. What gets you still motivated to get on out there?
Great question. Like I mentioned earlier, it's all about pride, man. This the game that we throw the records out the window and we play for pride. We battle out. It's one of the biggest rivalries in college football, I would say. So I mean, we focus on that. I wouldn't say we wait all year, but we wait all year for the game. And this is a time where the game is here now, so we ready for it. Yeah.
How much of a factor is it that you guys will be in position and have the opportunity to spoil an outright championship for them? Have you guys talked about that at all? Will that be a factor come Saturday for you guys and your motivation?
Yeah, I would say it would. But at the same time, like, yeah, we want to spoil their, championship and everything, outright championship. But at the same time, we playing for pride. We playing for us. We playing for the rivalry. We playing for the city of Durham. We doing it for us. It's about us.
Heard anything from your fellow classmates here at school or ex-teammates or anything like that that's going on, about this game? Hey, go out there and get them.
I mean, yeah, I get plenty of text messages and everything about, good luck this week. Hey, man, you know what you got to do. People from around, school. I talk to teachers. I talk to, alumni. I get that all the time. I try to block out social media, especially when a week like this. I try to stay focused as I can. So, yeah, I get a lot of, attention saying, what we got to do. Let's go out there, play, and then I just take it in and just try to go with it.
You're a North Carolina native. How much did you follow this game, or how much you know about this rivalry growing up in Concord?
I actually found out about this game my senior year of high school. Well, I think my sophomore year of high school. I actually went to North Carolina A&T's homecoming, and a whole bunch of people were just talking about how much of a rivalry game it was. So I mean, that's really when I really found out about it. And then when I came to college, I kind of knew about it, but I didn't really understand until like the game actually came, that week came. in 2015. You know, all the guys that were in here before me that I look up to, and you know, they carried me under their wing. They expressed how important the game was. So it was about around that time.
For the media that may not know, you were selected as one of the 22 college football players in the country on the All-State AFCA Good Works team for your work on the field, in the classroom, in the community. Graduated in 3 years, working on a master's degree. What has all that recognition meant to you?
I mean, it's meant the world, man. I think last time you guys interviewed me, I cried about it, man. It was a lot, man. It just shows me everything that I've done hasn't gone unnoticed. I mean, it means the world, man. I just love it. I love it. I love to do what I do, and I mean, yeah, it just means the world, man.
Got your travel arrangements that you're working on. You looking forward to going to the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans?
I'm looking so forward to it. It's just hard because they told me I could only bring one guest, and you know, I got my mom and my dad, and it's just so much. But I mean, we're gonna get it all worked out. I'm looking forward to it. You know, going down there, giving back some more, having a good time with me and my family. You know, all the other 21 players that were selected as well. So, looking forward to it.
Last opportunity to get the message out to your team, the fans, everybody, what this week is, what it's going to be, and what you guys expect to do come Saturday at 2 p.m.
I mean, we expect to go out there and put on a show for you guys, man. Like I said earlier, it's a game about pride. We throw the records out the window, and we just go out there and play ball, man.
This has been an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.